At 65, Patricia thought she had the perfect home. Every shelf looked neat, every closet seemed organized. But here's what she didn't know. Her perfect system was slowly robbing her of energy, time, and safety every single day. The containers that looked so tidy were actually making simple tasks feel like mountain climbs. The storage solutions she was proud of were forcing her body into dangerous positions. And the organizational methods that worked in her 40s were now working against her in ways she never imagined. I'm Sam from Senior Life Part, and in the next few minutes, I'll show you the 5 game-changing strategies that helped Patricia and thousands of other seniors transform their homes from energy-draining obstacle courses into spaces that actually support their golden years. But first, if you want to make your home work for you instead of against you, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss our life-changing tips for living better after 60. The hidden problem most seniors never see. Here's something most people over 60 don't realize. You're probably still organizing your home like you did decades ago. You're still thinking about fitting more stuff in rather than making daily life easier. You're still reaching high, bending low, and moving heavy containers like your body hasn't changed since you were 45. But your body has changed. Your balance isn't what it was. Your joints need more care. Your memory works differently. Yet your home organization hasn't adapted to match these changes. And that gap between how you organize and how you actually live is quietly stealing your independence. Every time you stretch for something on a high shelf, you risk a fall. Every time you dig through a packed container, you waste precious energy. Every time you can't find something you know you own, you feel frustrated and defeated. These aren't small inconveniences. They're daily reminders that your home isn't supporting the life you want to live. Patricia learned this lesson the hard way. This 65-year-old retired teacher from Ohio had what everyone called an organized home. Beautiful matching bins filled her basement. Color-coded files lined her office. Every holiday decoration had its designated spot. Friends would visit and compliment her on how together everything looked. But behind those perfectly labeled containers was a different reality. Patricia spent entire afternoons searching for things she used regularly. Her favorite winter coat would disappear for weeks at a time. Important papers got buried in filing systems so complex she couldn't navigate them herself. And her knees ached every evening from all the bending, lifting, and stretching required just to live in her own home. The wake-up call came on a Tuesday morning. Patricia needed her slow cooker for a dinner she was making for her book club. She knew exactly where it was, in the basement, in a clearly marked container labeled Kitchen Appliances Large. Simple, right? Wrong. The container was on the bottom of a stack, buried under 2 other heavy bins. Getting to it meant moving everything else first, then lifting a 20-pound container from floor level while crouched in a cramped basement. By the time she wrestled the slow cooker out, her back was screaming, she was exhausted, and she still had an entire dinner to prepare. That night, as she rubbed her sore shoulders, Patricia realized something important. Her home wasn't organized for the woman she was now. It was organized for the woman she used to be, someone who could lift, bend, and climb without consequences. Her storage system looked perfect from the outside, but it was making her daily life harder, not easier. Strategy 1. Ditch the container trap. Let's talk about what I call the container trap and how it's probably affecting your home right now. Walk into any home improvement store and you'll see entire aisles dedicated to storage solutions. Plastic bins, fabric cubes, rolling carts, drawer dividers. The message is clear. If your home feels cluttered, buy more containers. But here's what the stores don't tell you. Containers often create more problems than they solve, especially for seniors. Think about it. How many storage bins do you own? How many are currently stacked in your basement, garage, or closets? And here's the real question. When was the last time you opened each one? If you're like most seniors, you probably have containers you haven't touched in years. These bins aren't organizing your belongings, they're just giving your clutter a prettier hiding place. And worse, they're creating physical hazards every time you need to access what's inside. Patricia realized she had fallen into this exact trap. Her basement looked like a storage showroom. Neat stacks of matching bins, each one properly labeled.
But accessing anything required moving multiple containers, lifting heavy loads, or balancing precariously to reach high stacks. What looked organized was actually dangerous. The solution isn't buying better containers. It's questioning whether you need containers at all. For every storage bit in your home, ask yourself these questions. When did I last open this? Do I remember what's inside without checking the label? If this disappeared tomorrow, would I notice within a month? Be honest in your answers. That honesty will reveal something important. Much of what you're storing, you're not actually using. And if you're not using it, why are you paying the physical price to store it? Patricia started with her holiday decorations. She had 4 large bins marked Christmas, 2 marked Easter, and 3 marked Fall Halloween. When she opened them for the first time in 2 years, she found decorations she didn't remember buying, items that no longer matched her taste, and fragile pieces that had broken from being moved and stacked repeatedly. Instead of repacking everything, she kept only the decorations that still brought her joy and were easy to handle. One small bin now held her favorite Christmas items, the ones she actually used every year. The Easter decorations fit in a single basket she could carry with one hand. And her fall decorations lived in a decorative box that stayed out year-round on a shelf she could reach easily. The difference was immediate. Decorating for holidays went from a dreaded chore to something she looked forward to. No more wrestling with heavy bins or playing container Tetris in the basement. Everything she wanted was accessible, visible, and safe to retrieve. Strategy 2. Designed for your body, not your space. Most organization advice focuses on maximizing space, how to fit more stuff into every nook and cranny of your home. But for seniors, this approach can be dangerous. Instead of organizing for space, you need to organize for your body. After 60, your physical capabilities naturally change. Reaching overhead becomes riskier. Bending down repeatedly puts strain on your back and knees. Lifting heavy items can lead to injury. Yet most seniors continue organizing as if their bodies are unchanged from their younger years. Physical therapists consistently warn against storing frequently used items below knee level or above shoulder height for adults over 60. This safety zone, roughly from your knees to your shoulders, should be where you keep everything you use regularly. It might mean using less of your available storage space, but it also means protecting your body from unnecessary strain. Patricia restructured her entire kitchen using this principle. Her favorite coffee mug used to live on the top shelf. She had to use a step stool every morning to reach it. Now it sits in a cabinet at eye level. Her go-to frying pan moved from a bottom cabinet where she had to crouch and move other items to access it to a drawer at waist height. Her most used spices came down from the high cabinet above the stove to a small rack on the counter. The changes seemed small, but the impact was huge. Making breakfast no longer left her feeling winded. Cooking dinner didn't end with a backache, and she eliminated the daily risk of falls from using step stools or losing balance while reaching. This principle works throughout the house. In the bathroom, move your daily toiletries from under-sink cabinets to counter-level organizers. In the bedroom, relocate frequently worn clothes from floor-level drawers to hanging areas you can reach comfortably. In the laundry room, keep detergent and fabric softener on a rolling cart beside the washer instead of on high shelves. Make sure you're subscribed to Senior Life Part so you don't miss more tips like these. We share practical advice every week to help you live your best life after 60. And if this tip about organizing for your body resonates with you, give us a thumbs up. The key is shifting your mindset from where can I fit this to where can I safely reach this when I need it. Your home should adapt to your body, not the other way around. Strategy 3. Create activity zones, not room rules. Traditional organizing follows strict room rules. Kitchen items in the kitchen, office supplies in the office, bedroom things in the bedroom. This made sense when you were younger and had unlimited energy to walk between rooms. But as you age, this rigid approach can work against you. Patricia discovered this on days when her arthritis flared up. Simple tasks became exhausting because they required trips to multiple rooms. Making tea meant walking to the kitchen for the kettle, back to the living room where she kept her tea selection, then to the dining room for sugar, and back to the kitchen for a spoon. By the time she sat down with her tea, she was exhausted. That's when she learned about zone organizing, grouping items by activity rather than by traditional room categories. Instead of scattering related items throughout the house, she created focused zones where everything needed for a specific activity lived together. Her tea zone became a perfect example. On a small side table next to her favorite chair, she placed an electric kettle, a selection of teas, sugar packets, a small spoon, and napkins. Now making tea required 0 steps. Everything was within arm's reach. She created a similar zone for her morning routine. Instead of keeping medications in the bathroom, reading glasses in the bedroom, and her daily planner in the office, she brought everything together on a tray beside her bed. Her morning pills, water bottle, glasses, notebook, and pen all lived in one spot. Getting ready for the day no longer felt like a scavenger hunt. This approach is especially powerful for seniors because it honors the reality of aging bodies. On high-energy days, you can still move freely around your house. But on days when you're stiff, tired, or dealing with pain, these zones eliminate unnecessary movement and conserve your energy for things that matter. Patricia also created zones for activities she shared with others. When her sister visited for their weekly catch-up sessions, they no longer had to interrupt their conversations to hunt for tissues, snacks, or the TV remote. Everything they might need during their visit lived in a basket beside the couch. The beauty of zone organizing is that it's completely personalized. Your zones should reflect your actual routines and preferences, not some ideal version of how you think you should live. If you like to craft while watching TV, create a crafting zone in your living room. If you prefer to pay bills at the kitchen table, set up a bill-paying zone there. Let your real habits guide your decisions.
Strategy 4. Make everything visible. As we age, our home should support our memory, not challenge it. Yet many seniors organize in ways that actually make it harder to remember what they own and where it's located. Items hidden in opaque containers, pushed to the backs of deep cabinets, or stored in temporary spots often disappear from our mental inventory completely. This is where memory-friendly organizing becomes crucial. The goal is to make your belongings visible and accessible so your home becomes a memory aid rather than a memory test. Patricia's pantry was a perfect example of how hidden storage backfires. She had beautiful woven baskets lining the shelves, each labeled with neat handwritten tags, but she kept buying the same staples over and over because she couldn't see what she already had. A bag of flour might be hiding behind cereal boxes. Extra canned goods sat forgotten at the bottom of deep baskets. Her grocery bills were higher than necessary, and her pantry was packed with duplicates. The solution was surprisingly simple: clear containers. She replaced her opaque baskets with clear bins and glass jars. Suddenly, opening the pantry door gave her a complete visual inventory of what she owned. She could spot low supplies at a glance and avoid buying things she already had. This principle extended throughout her home. In her craft area, colorful yarns moved from sealed tubs to open shelving where she could see every color. Her medicine cabinet got reorganized with clear, shallow trays, so every bottle was visible without moving anything else. Even her refrigerator benefited. Clear containers for leftovers meant food got eaten instead of forgotten. The impact went beyond just finding things easier. When you can see what you own, you're more likely to use it. Patricia rediscovered craft supplies she'd forgotten about, found books she'd been meaning to read, and started using kitchen gadgets that had been hidden away for years. Her home became more functional because everything stayed visible and therefore usable. If you're enjoying these practical tips, make sure to hit the like button and share this video with other seniors who might benefit. And don't forget to subscribe to Senior Life Part for more content designed specifically for your stage of life. Memory-friendly organizing also reduces decision fatigue.
When you don't have to think hard about where things are or what you own, daily tasks become smoother and less mentally exhausting. You can focus your mental energy on things you enjoy rather than wasting it on basic household management. Strategy 5. Work with the seasons, not against them. Living in most parts of America means dealing with distinct seasons, each requiring different clothing, equipment, and household items. Yet many seniors keep everything accessible year-round, which clutters living spaces and makes finding current season items more difficult. Seasonal rotation isn't just for clothing, though that's a great place to start. Patricia began by honestly assessing what she actually used during each season. Heavy winter coats, boots, and wool scarves got carefully cleaned and stored in rolling bins during summer months. Light summer dresses, sandals, and sun hats were packed away once fall arrived. The key was making rotation easy and safe. Instead of using high shelves or deep basement storage, she dedicated a section of her guest room closet to off-season items. Rolling bins slid in and out easily without lifting or straining. She could complete the seasonal swamp in about an hour twice a year. But seasonal rotation went beyond clothing. Her living spaces got refreshed too. Heavy winter throws and dark-colored pillows made way for lighter fabrics in spring. Holiday decorations came out for their appropriate seasons, then got promptly stored instead of lingering for months. Even her kitchen adapted. Baking supplies got tucked away after the holidays to make room for fresh produce storage in summer. The results were remarkable. Patricia's closets felt spacious and relevant. Her living areas felt fresh and appropriate for the current weather. And she eliminated the daily frustration of digging through items she wouldn't need for months to find what she wanted today. Seasonal rotation also revealed how much she was keeping unnecessarily. When packing away winter items, she noticed sweaters she hadn't worn all season. When storing summer clothes, she found sundresses that no longer fit her lifestyle. These discoveries made it easier to donate items she didn't actually need, further simplifying her spaces. For seniors, seasonal rotation offers another benefit. It prevents storage areas from becoming overwhelming. Instead of facing years' worth of accumulated seasonal items all at once, you deal with one season's worth twice a year. The task stays manageable and doesn't require marathon organizing sessions that can be physically exhausting.
Strategy 6. Design your morning for success. The first hour of your day sets the tone for everything that follows. For seniors, morning energy is often the most precious resource you have. Your body is rested, your mind is clearest, and your motivation is naturally higher. Wasting this golden hour on hunting for items or making unnecessary trips around the house is like pouring your best energy down the drain. Patricia realized she was doing exactly this without thinking about it. Her morning routine required visits to 4 different locations: the bedroom for her glasses and daily pills, the kitchen for her coffee supplies, the living room for her reading materials, and back to the kitchen for breakfast items. By the time she settled into her favorite chair with her coffee and morning devotional, she felt like she'd already completed a workout. The solution was creating what she called her morning command center, a single, well-organized space that contained everything needed to start the day smoothly. She chose a spot near her favorite living room chair and set up a small but comprehensive station. On a rolling cart that could move with her if needed, she placed her daily medications in a clearly labeled weekly organizer, an electric kettle with a selection of teas and instant coffee, her reading glasses and a magnifying glass for fine print, her daily journal and a pen, her phone charger, and a small basket of healthy snacks like nuts and dried fruit. The transformation was immediate. Mornings became calm, intentional experiences instead of frantic hunts for basic necessities. Patricia could ease into her day at her own pace, taking medications on schedule, enjoying her coffee while it was hot, and starting her morning reading without interruption. This approach is infinitely customizable. If your mornings include gentle stretching, keep resistance bands or a yoga strap in your morning zone. If you enjoy watching news while having breakfast, ensure the TV remote is always in the same accessible spot. If prayer or meditation starts your day, keep your spiritual materials right at hand.
The key is eliminating friction from the activities that matter most to you. When your morning flows smoothly from one task to the next without interruption or searching, you start each day feeling capable and prepared, rather than scattered and frustrated. The transformation: life in a lighter home. When Patricia first started these changes, she expected minor improvements, maybe finding things a little easier, perhaps saving a few steps each day. She never anticipated the profound transformation that would unfold over the following months. The changes weren't just practical, they were emotional. Her home stopped feeling like a burden to maintain and started feeling like a true refuge. Instead of dreading household tasks, she found herself moving through daily routines with ease and confidence. The physical benefits surprised her most. Her daily back pain significantly decreased when she stopped bending into deep cabinets and reaching for high shelves. Her energy levels improved when she no longer spent mornings hunting for basic necessities. Even her mood lifted as frustrating searches for misplaced items became rare occurrences. But perhaps the most important change was psychological. Patricia's home began working with her instead of against her. Every modification reinforced her independence rather than highlighting limitations. She felt more capable, not less, as her living space adapted to support her changing needs. Her friends noticed a difference immediately. The woman who used to cancel social plans when her arthritis flared now confidently invited people over. Her home felt welcoming because it no longer exhausted her to maintain or navigate. Here's what Senior Life Part wants you to understand. These changes aren't about accepting limitations or giving in to aging. They're about being smart and strategic with the home you've worked so hard to create. When your living space supports your current reality instead of fighting against it, you preserve energy and independence for the things that truly matter to you.
Your next steps: starting your own transformation. Remember to subscribe to Senior Life Part if you haven't already. We're committed to helping you make the most of these golden years with practical, tested strategies like these. And if even one of these ideas sparked recognition about your own home, hit that like button and share this video with friends who might benefit. Your home should be your greatest ally in living independently and joyfully after 60, not an obstacle course that drains your energy and tests your limits daily. The organizing strategies that worked in your 40s and 50s served you well then, but they may be working against you now. Start small. Choose one area of your home and apply just one of these principles. Maybe it's moving your most used kitchen items to waste-level storage. Perhaps it's creating a morning zone that eliminates those first hour of the day treasure hunts. Or it could be replacing one set of opaque storage containers with clear alternatives. The beauty of these changes is that each small improvement builds momentum for the next. As you experience the relief of easier daily routines, you'll naturally want to extend these principles to other areas of your home. Don't try to transform everything at once. Patricia's changes took place over several months, one room and one principle at a time. This gradual approach prevented the project from becoming overwhelming and allowed her to truly test what worked best for her specific needs and routines. Your golden years should be exactly that: golden. They should be filled with activities you enjoy, people you love, and experiences that bring you satisfaction. They shouldn't be consumed by fighting with storage systems that no longer serve you or navigating a home that's become an obstacle course. The time you spend now adapting your home to work with your changing needs is an investment in years of easier, safer, and more enjoyable daily living. Your future self will thank you for every small change you make today. Make sure to comment below and tell us which strategy resonates most with your current situation. We love hearing from our Senior Life Part community and often feature your questions and experiences in future videos. And remember, every like and share helps us reach more seniors who could benefit from these life-changing strategies. Your home should support the life you want to live, not limit it. With these simple but powerful changes, you can create a space that works as hard for you as you've worked for it over the years.